Hello, Wellness Warriors. Today's thought of the day. I want to talk about how judgment is the enemy of growth. So stick with me for this. The first person, and usually the person we judge most harshly, is ourselves. Usually we think about judgment and it's pointing the finger of others. Yes, that's true. And we'll talk about that in a second because that's also a reflection of how you feel about yourself. When you point your finger, look how many fingers are pointing back at you. Be very careful when you point the finger of judgment because it's very reflective of what's going on in your inner world. Your inner world reflects your outer world, okay? If inside is chaotic, outside is going to be chaotic. If inside is peaceful, outside will be peaceful. And when you're going through challenging times, hold your hands up, whoever's been through a challenging time. I had a particularly difficult one the last couple of weeks. And these teachings are like, I meditate every day and I do this and blah. How can I be going through a difficult time? We hit bumps in the road. And we go through difficult times when we're growing, because when we're growing, our paradigms are going to kind of come in and they're going to get really loud and they're going to speak to us and they're going to try and make us doubt the next step that we're going to take in our journey. But judgment is the enemy of growth because it keeps you stuck in a lower vibration. There is nothing and no one to judge because we're judging through our limited vision, okay? Our limited vision where we don't have a clue what we're really judging, okay? It's based on an opinion. It's based on an idea that was formed in us based on the experiences that we've had and what we've been told. And that's a whole nother video, okay, about opinions and ideas and all of that stuff. But judgment is the enemy of growth. That's the takeaway for today. So use my stop, catch, change technique. Stop yourself. Catch yourself when you're judging yourself or anyone else or a situation. And maybe step back when you're moving to the change part. So stop, catch, change. Could there be something more going on here? Is there something that maybe I'm not seeing? I always remember listening to this story of a very busy supermarket and someone standing in the line in the supermarket. And there was a lady in front and she was carrying a baby. And she didn't have very much stuff and there was a big, huge, long line of people behind her. And indeed, there was a guy in a military uniform here in the States and he was in line behind this woman. So she was offered with the baby to go over to another line and she didn't go. She stayed in this one, which really irritated this man behind her. As she went up, she started talking to the cashier and this further irritated and made the man behind so angry. She even handed the baby to the cashier and the cashier started hugging the baby. And she's like, oh my God, there's a huge line of people. And this woman has not only the audacity to start talking to this woman, but now she hands her baby? Like, what kind of world are we living in? So as the man approached the cashier, he said something like, I saw that woman hand you the baby. And she said, yeah, that's my baby. She said, I'm a single mom. My husband was in the military and he got killed in action. So I have to work 2 jobs to keep my family going. And that was my mom. She tries to drop in twice a day just so I can hug my baby. We never know what's really going on. We never know what's really going on. And when you hear that story, do you not feel all your judgments subside and compassion arise? And we judge situations and people every single day where we have no idea what's really going on. So maybe, just maybe, you can ease up on yourself, ease up on other people, and maybe just ease off the judgment. Because if you truly want to grow and be the best that you can be in this life, judgment is the enemy of growth.